Hi guys, so today I am here to do the third video in my top 50 favorite names series. If you haven't seen the first two videos in this series, I will put a link to them in the bottom bar below. I'm counting down my top 50 favorite names for girls and for boys, and in this video I'm going to talk about my favorite names from numbers 30 to number 21. So at number 30 for boys, I have Nazareth. Nazareth is a biblical place name. It is a Hebrew name and it means branch. And Nazareth is significant because it is the place where Jesus grew up. And he's often referred to as Jesus of Nazareth. And I think Nazareth sounds so cool, especially with the Z, and it's 3 syllables. But you could get the nickname Naz, and I just love biblical place names. I love place names in general, but I really adore biblical place names. At number 30 for girls, I have Emerald. Emerald just makes me think of a girl with like bright green eyes and like pale skin and just like a beautiful, beautiful girl. Emerald is the birthstone for May, so if you had a daughter born in May, I think this would be a really, really great choice. I also think it makes a great alternative to names like Emma and Emily that are so popular because you still get that M sound at the beginning. At number 29 for boys, I have Horatio. Horatio is a really, really cool name. It ends in O. I also love Horace, but I decided to put Horatio on the list because it ends in O, and I love boys' names that end in O. Horatio is a Latin name and it means man of time, which I think is a really cool meaning. At number 29 for girls, I have Glory. Glory is an English word name. I also like Gloria, but I think Gloria is still a little bit dated. But I think both Glory and Gloria work really, really well in the middle name spot. At number 28, I have a really cool J name, and that is Jethro. Jethro is another name that ends in O, which I love, and it's a Hebrew name and it means abundance. And in the Bible, Jethro was the father of Zipporah and the father-in-law of Moses. At number 28 for girls, I have a name that I love to say, and that is Hepzibah. Hepzibah is just so different. It's a Hebrew name and I love the meaning. It means my delight is in her. And I think that's so perfect because who is not going to delight and love and just cherish their daughters? So I just think that meaning is perfect. And it's also the name of a queen in the Bible, so there's another positive association. I think you'd have to be quite brave to use this name, but I would just love to meet a little girl named Hepzibah. At number 27 for boys, I have Gilead. This name has 2 things that I really, really like about it. First of all, it starts with a G, and I could probably name 10 sons with G names. I just love them so much for boys. And it's also a biblical place name. It is a Hebrew name and it means monument of testimony. At number 27, I have a name from way far back on my family tree. I think this is a name from the 1300s actually. And that is Roja or Roja. And this name was popular in the Middle Ages, which makes sense that it was on my family tree in the 1300s. And it's a variant of the name Rose, and I think Roja just sounds really cool and it could honor somebody named Rose. At number 26 for boys, I have another name from my family tree, but a little more recent, and that is Caleb. Caleb is my brother's name. It is a Hebrew name and it means dog. And I love the biblical story of Caleb because he is one of only 2 men who leaves Egypt with Moses and makes it all the way to the promised land. Caleb is number 35 in popularity in the United States. So it's quite popular, but not quite as popular as my name. So that's kind of interesting how both of our names have gained so much popularity in our lifetimes. At number 26 for girls, I have another gemstone name, and that is Sapphire. I just love the way Sapphire sounds. It's just so like magical sounding almost. And Sapphire is the birthstone of September, so I think again it would be very fitting if you had a daughter born in September and used the name Sapphire. At number 25 for boys, I have Solomon. Solomon is a Hebrew name. It means peace. He was the king of Israel in the Bible, who was known for his wisdom. There are a lot of biblical names on this list. At number 25 for girls, I have Ianthe. Ianthe is a Greek name that means violet flower, and in Greek mythology she was a nymph. I would use this name to honor my dad, whose name is Ian, because there's Ian Wright built into this name. And I told my dad about this name once, and he told me that I should use this name with the middle name Great, so it would spell Ian the Great. That's my dad for you. At number 24 for boys, I have Casimir. Casimir is a Polish name. It doesn't have the greatest meaning. It means destroyer of peace, but I love the way this name sounds. I think it sounds like the name of a prince, Casimir. At number 24 for girls, I have Temperance. Temperance is a gorgeous virtue name. It means moderation or restraint. It was quite popular during Puritan times in early America, and it's starting to make a comeback actually. It's at number 852 in the United States, so it is in the top 1,000. It's not popular, but I could see it gaining popularity just because it is quite an interesting and unique sounding name. At number 23 for boys, I have Moses. Moses is a name that I could see gaining more popularity since names like Noah are so popular, and Noah was such a key figure in the Old Testament, and Moses is such a key figure in the Old Testament. Moses is currently at number 487 in popularity, but I could see it rising. It's accessible, people know how to spell it, people know how to pronounce it, and it's a celebrity baby name, so I could definitely see it rising in popularity. At number 23 for girls, I have Lavinia. Lavinia is a gorgeous Etruscan name of unknown meaning. In Roman mythology, she was a princess. It definitely sounds like a princess name. I think Lavinia would be a great alternative to Olivia because they have so many of the same sounds. At number 22 for boys, I have a name that might surprise you if you've been following my channel for a while, and that is Theodore. Theodore used to be my #1 favorite name, but then a relative used this name for her son a couple years ago. She had no idea it was my favorite name, and it suits her son so perfectly. He is adorable. He goes by Theo or Teddy, and I think those nicknames suit him so well, and I would still recommend this name to anybody because it is so handsome. It is a Greek name and it means gift of God. It has a wonderful meaning. It's going up in popularity though. It's at number 126, and I would bet money on it being in the top 100 for 2015. At number 22 for girls, I have Calypso. Calypso is another one that's kind of fun to say. It's a Greek name and it means hidden, and this was the name of an island nymph in the Odyssey. At number 21 for boys, I have Kingsley. Kingsley is an English name. It means from the King's Field or the King's Meadow. It is in the top 1,000. It's at number 758. And last weekend my mom met a little boy named Kingsley who was like less than a year old, and I thought that was really exciting to actually hear it being used. And at number 21 for girls, I have Coventina. Coventina is a Celtic name. She was the Celtic goddess of wells and springs. Definitely sounds like a mermaid princess name to me, Coventina. Very, very beautiful. So those are my favorite names, numbers 30 to number 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, I will put a link to them in the description box below, and make sure you stay tuned for number 20 to number 11. Bye guys.